All right, the Washington Commanders get some exciting news right before their matchup against the Giants. If you're new to the channel, we're Detroit Lions fans, but this channel fully dedicated to teams that get overlooked by the national media. That's how we started this. But then as time goes on, of course, the Commanders really improve and people are talking about them, but we still talk about you on this channel. Here's the exciting news. You saw it in the thumbnail. Eddie Goldman went back to his college days for the thumbnail. What up? Here's the exciting news. The Commanders were one of the worst teams in the NFL when it came to stopping the run last year. Like, stop everything right there. If you can't stop the run, everything tells you statistics. You can look back through. This is why I think the game is so great, is because it comes back to some core things, right? So the game can evolve and we can do jet motions and, name all the stuff that you can do, and it's all great. And the evolution is really nice. But the one thing that keeps it really football is you got to be able to run the ball, stop the run, right? There's some core stuff, have physicality. If you cannot stop the run, you just can't win in this league because you're on your heels. You have to have more resources to stop the run. Time's ticking. Like there's a lot of like really core reasons why it is. It's not just something that we say. It's real. The Commanders were tied for the third highest yards allowed per rush and third most rushing yards overall. So when you go into this new season, I think it's nothing but excitement to say we won and went to the NFC Championship game and we couldn't stop the run. So now you've got players like Eddie Goldman, Wise Jr., and Jacob Martin that you've added to the defensive line. I think this is going to be really interesting because they're not household names. You're counting on your coach to be the coach that you think he is, which is this kind of culture motivator, physical, let's earn it, let's work together. And their proof is in the pudding that he is this guy, because look at what he did last year with your aging veterans that you were like, I don't know, man. And this coach comes in, gets the best out of Zach Ertz. Like Zach Ertz was with the Lions and was like basically going to he's like, I think I'll just retire because I'm not, this isn't working for me. Huge contributor. Your linebacker. Can't think of his freaking name. I'll think of it here in just a second. Seattle. So sorry. It's like, dude, aren't you 37? Yup. And watch me be a leader. So the point is he can get the best out of these types of players. And it's like, hey, the point of emphasis here is to stop the run. We have to stop the run. So I think it's really exciting if you're a Commanders fan to know, and I'll give you the score prediction here at the end as well, but to know that we have a huge area that we can improve and get better, right? It'd be one thing if it's like, man, we played outstanding. We just name all the things. Like, can we maintain that? But instead, it's like, man, we've got a first-year QB that's going to grow in that first and second year. We didn't even stop the run last year. We got that. We're going to protect our quarterback now with the trades that we made. We've got a versatile kind of Swiss Army knife guy in Deebo Samuel now, right? There's like true. I know everyone's excited this time of year, but it feels like the Commanders have a real reason to be excited, and they have legit reasons. It's not just like, oh, dude, come on. It's like, no, I can actually pinpoint different things. The other thing I think is interesting is that, let me go back to one other thing here. Remember the Giants have an interesting thing here where they've got a lot of big name pass rushers that kind of makes it interesting. They've got big name pass rushers that you want to make sure don't get confidence going, because you could make the argument that their pass rush is unproven. It's like you're not as good as the names. You're not as good as you look. Like these defensive ends that they have really look good. We don't want to get them going, basically. So how do you do that? You run the ball. One of the things that when the Lions played the Commanders that I was just like, oh crap. Like when I knew we were in trouble was when Jaden Daniels was running the ball, just mixed it in perfectly, didn't overdo it, but he would do a read option or even when he scrambled, and he would get he could get 9 yards, but he would slide or go out of bounds at 4 or 5 yards. And the reason I remember just being like, oh crap, this guy just gets it. He gets what we're doing here. He gets that he is part of the rushing offense, and he's not going to put himself at danger, and he just knows I just got to get a couple yards just to keep the defense a little bit honest, and then I'm going to hand it off, or I'm going to read option this baby, or I'm going to do an RPO, and they're going to be toast. So Daniel's legs will be part of his skill, but the Commanders would rather not have him leading the team in rushing yards. Just like I said, the plans do committee approach Austin Eckler and rookie Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, who looked impressive in training camp. We'll get back to him in just a second. But if they can stop the run and run the ball, like really run the ball, because even last year, it's like it wasn't like a super strength. It was just all a combination of Jaden Daniels, a little bit around the ball, go for it on 4th and 1, like keep the chains moving. What if they really could run the ball? And a guy that's looking to do that is Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, and the Commanders remain extremely high on him despite him being listed 4th on the depth chart, which is really interesting. So let's just look at this. Another player to watch is Commanders rookie. He might be the RB4, but every time I asked them about them, they said they have big plans for him. The Commanders are very high on him. So if you saw that, and you're like, well, man, I thought he was going to be, I think it's fine. These depth charts will be blown up in week 1 when everybody's injured and, a guy he's out for the season, boom. I mean, we know the injuries are coming. We know the whole thing. I mean, the opening play of the first game of the season, the guy's out for the season. So it's like, okay, there's a lot to unpack on that, but Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt's going to be just fine. I think that the Commanders win this game, and I think it's 27-20, and it's the first game. If I was a betting man, I would bet the Giants because it's the first game. It's a little weird. You don't know. But at the end of the day, the Giants don't have a quarterback. They're the Giants. They're just kind of why they still have that coach. I don't understand. You got just a lot of question marks for the Giants, and you don't have really any for the Commanders. It's more just like I just want to see if they've improved or how much they've improved. I know they're going to be even better than they were last year based on these things. How much better are they going to be? And what does that look like? That's more the question for the Commanders versus like, I don't even know. Do we have a quarterback? Whatever. That's what the Giants are faced with, and that just sucks. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Make sure you subscribe. If you are a Commanders fan, you got to hit that subscribe button. Or talk about the Commanders a couple times, 2-3 times a week. And so hit that subscribe button, and we'll see all of you on the next one.